Mark Bossert, Top Local Lead Generation. We're here talking with Justin Booth from Doc Visual Media. They're a video production company here in Vancouver. And we've got kind of the essence of what troubles, I think, most people about video production is Justin's going to share with us some secrets about how to save money on video production costs. How you doing, Justin?
I'm good, thanks again, Mark. Good to see you.
So, is there any way I can plan to be more efficient by collecting footage at one shoot for multiple videos?
Yes, sir, there is. That's one of the best ways to be efficient with your money when you're making video. Instead of just shooting footage for one video, you shoot footage on one day for multiple videos. And that way you don't have to hire a videographer to come back multiple times. The other thing you can do is think about the locations you're going to shoot those videos in. Do you really need to shoot the video in multiple locations, or can you save time and money by shooting in one location? Yeah, and the video production company that you're working with should be able to help you come up with new ideas to create more video content to help maximize the dollars that you're spending.
What about actors? Is it wise to use employees and family and friends in a video production?
Yeah, for sure. Today, in video production, authenticity is valued just as much as polish. For certain types of things like broadcast television commercials, that lends itself more to professional actors. But for the large majority of corporate video projects, using one of your owners or employees, it's not only cost efficient, but it's a great way to showcase the people behind your business and to increase the authenticity of the message that they're delivering. So don't be shy about using employees, family, and friends. It's a very common practice.
So I guess that blends in with what I like with people. I've been telling clients not to use stock photos because people can spot them a mile away, and it's like, well, you're not showing me who you are, as you're a plumber in Vancouver or whatever it is your profession is, and you've got all these stock photos of perfect people, and nobody believes them. It actually lowers. It's been tested and lowers your likability factor, and people don't trust you. So is that sort of in the same vein with video?
Absolutely. People can spot stock photography and stock footage a mile away, even if they're not a media professional. But by using real people in your photography and in your videos, if you have the right person behind the camera to create a quality image, then the authenticity of that person will shine through and will communicate a much more authentic message to your viewer.
So, and I guess the magic of editing is always like your superpower.
That's right, yeah. Photo editing, video editing goes a long way to increasing the overall production quality of your video. And so making sure that the videographer, the video production company you hire has that type of skill set is important. And you can tell that by looking at some of their previous work. And if it matches up visually, if it looks and sounds like something you would want to represent your business, then you can probably pretty safely be assured that they'll be able to do the same for yours.
So how does the length of the video affect the price?
Well, generally speaking, the longer the video is, the more expensive it's going to be. The longer a video is, the more time it takes for the video producer to create that video. But the good news is that shorter is almost always better these days, and it's usually cheaper. Shorter, I mean, like the length of the video is better being 1 minute as opposed to 5 minutes, depending on what you're talking about. It's really prudent to cater to today's attention deficit disorder audience. People have very small attention spans when it comes to consuming media, so you want to get your message across in a minute or two. The closer to 1 minute, the better, because that increases the likelihood that people are going to watch your video from start to finish, and that's really important.
So what about using graphics and animations and all that
Yeah.
stuff? How will that affect the cost?
Yeah, they're time-consuming to create, graphics and animations, and so they can be costly. They can really increase the cost of your video. And back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, corporate video used to be all about graphics and animations. But today, real people saying real things is generally what matters the most. There's many instances when animations and graphics are appropriate and useful, but on the whole, there's really not so much of a need to combine animation with live action video outside of a few specialized instances. Um, yeah, if you need to use it, you can, but it's really not necessary.
Is there anything else that would really help with reducing costs in video?
Um, yeah, well, you can use events are a good place to capture video content. So if your company is going to a trade show, a conference, or some sort of local meeting, that's an ideal opportunity to capture ideas and thoughts from people on camera. You've got a whole bunch of people in one location. They're all primed to communicate and to learn. And so if you hire a videographer to come to that event with you and gather testimonials from people, videos of speakers from your company, industry updates, that's a great place to take advantage of the people that are in the room that can provide you with valuable video content. Most companies totally miss this opportunity. It's kind of one of those sort of hidden gems that if you plan it right, it can be a real opportunity to save some money on video production.
Anything else?
I guess the other thing, and it holds true in anything when you're buying something from a supplier. It's always good to get a quote from a competing business. Um, a good way to go about starting that is to prepare a brief to give to these companies of what your idea is, what you'd like this video to be, what you'd like it to communicate. This way, you can ensure that the companies that are interested in bidding on your work fully understand what your objectives are, and it also ensures that they've got the best opportunity to add some value to their bid, rather than just filling out a checklist of hourly rates that they're gonna quote you. This document, it's not only critical for that portion of the production, but it's also good later on to serve as a guide for the production, and it'll prevent any unexpected costs from coming up. If you provide the production company with this guide of what you want and they can follow it, that'll be a really efficient way to make a video.
And I imagine that probably saves money, not only just from efficiency, but also because you're building it rather than paying them to do it, and that can be some of the hardest decisions to make and take the longest time.
That's right. Yeah, one of the most difficult parts of a project is when a company comes to you and they really don't know what they want, and you have to spend time conceptualizing. There's a real value to that, to having a company like ours conceptualize a video for you. It takes a lot of time and effort. But if you can come to a company like ours with that concept, with that creative production brief already completed or partially completed, it gets you going that much quicker, and you'll save money by not paying that company to come up with those ideas for you.
Awesome. I think that we've covered it. Those sound like
Yeah,
some pretty good reasons or very good ways to make sure you save as much money on your video production. So thank you, Justin.
yeah,
We've been
thank you, Mark.
talking with Justin Booth of docvisualmedia.ca. You can reach him at 604-339-6044. Thanks a lot, Justin.
Thanks, Mark.
JJ.